Coming up, we'll take you live to the Capitol where Governor Fallin delivers a message of hope. Teachers decide to try a legislative revolution, and the sign of traffic on streets make Norman businesses rejoice. This is OU Nightly. There are still many concerns about Zika's threat to pregnant women and its role in causing birth defects. Part of the solution may have to do with geography. So far, Zika-infected mosquitoes have not been detected in the U.S. mainland. So pregnant women are advised to avoid traveling to Zika-infected parts of Latin America and the Caribbean. Thanks, Kaylee. And with storms in the forecast, people across Oklahoma are following the warnings of experts, making sure their severe weather plans are in order. The OU campus is no exception, and the school is working to make sure students and the entire campus are prepared. The administration is reaching out on social media to remind students to get ready for severe weather and how to stay safe. They are also tweeting updates on the latest alerts and warnings. Thanks, Stephen. And with increasing budget concerns, Oklahoma schools are struggling financially. More than 100 districts are considering shorter weeks or fewer days to save money. This would mean that more than 1,000 school employees could find themselves out of a job. Since January, Oklahoma schools have suffered more than $50 million in budget cuts, and deeper cuts are expected. You may not have to worry about getting a citation for texting and driving in Norman, at least for the rest of this year. The Norman Police Department says it has issued no citations for texting and driving since the law was in effect November 1st. During the rest of the year, MPD will train its officers to spot violators and enforce the new law.
Tom Shanker is with Nightly's Annie Durbon in the newsroom.
Thanks, guys, and thanks so much for joining us, Tom.
Annie, it's a great honor to be here. Thanks for the invitation.
Thank you, yeah. Well, let's first start by talking about the day al-Qaeda members hit the Twin Towers and the Pentagon, and you were actually there on your way there. Tell us about that day and how it's influenced your reporting since.
Yeah.
We're going to be tossing to Annie Durbon in Oklahoma City. Annie?
Yeah, guys, I'm at the GOP Oklahoma Republican headquarters here, and I gotta say the vibe here is just too good. I'm here in front of a poster that John Wayne, Donald Trump, and Ronald Reagan. People here are just awesome. We have people filled in all kinds of rooms. I was talking earlier to a man, over here. His name is Corey Perry, and I know you said earlier that you're a Rubio fan, so how do you feel right now with the race being so tight with Donald Trump and Rubio right now?
Well, I think it's indicative of what we've seen.
Thousands of people were feeling the burn yesterday. After waiting for hours on the streets of downtown Tulsa, there was a continuous stream of Bernie Sanders fans walking through the Cox Business Center. Many of those in the crowd were between the ages of 18 and 24, but there was also a strong contingent of baby boomers and beyond. But it wasn't just a happening. People came because they support Sanders for the person he is and what he stands for.
Like, he's very down to earth, it seems like, and so that's why I'm going to vote for him.
He's honest and he's intelligent. So it's, he's not a racist and he's not a fascist. He just believes that every human is equal, and it's fantastic.
Students at Oklahoma State University made the trip to listen to Sanders discuss his plan on Citizens United.
Bernie wanting to appeal the Citizens United decision is just primary. I mean, pulling money out of politics is so necessary in the day and age that we live in, and our vote, there's a lot of people who think that we don't matter, our vote doesn't matter. Well, with Citizens United, that's very true.
Sanders also used his time to discuss his primary campaign platform issues such as climate change, his plan to make public higher education free, and the influence of money in politics. With the crowd already pumped, Sanders concluded by emphasizing the importance of Oklahoma for Super Tuesday.
Victory here is the path to victory nationally.
And with that, the Sanders supporters headed home to help fulfill their candidate's vision for America on Super Tuesday. Annie Durbon, OU Nightly. Gas prices are hitting the lowest number since 1989. Gas stations around the city of Norman are falling rapidly from $1.29 last week to $1.16 today. Oklahoma's average gas price of $1.33 is the lowest in the nation, while the national average is $1.71. The dean of Mewborn College of Earth and Energy, Mike Stice, says that the reason these prices are so low may not be what people expect.
So when you study the supply-demand of motor gasoline, it's really a function of driving season. peak driving season is in August, not in January, okay? So refineries during this time of year put out more heating oil than they do motor gasoline.
The higher efficiency may be hurting oil and gas companies, but it's putting more cash in the consumers' pockets.
The low gas prices really help me out in terms of like I can use my money for other things like food, going out and stuff. It's actually a lot nicer now because I can fill up on $15.
But while consumers are more than happy to save money, the low prices are costing OU students potential jobs.
For us, and I mean for us meaning the state of Oklahoma, the University of Oklahoma, many of my graduates here in this college, they're suffering. They're suffering because jobs are going away, opportunities going away, and it's a very serious situation.
What does it mean to have both your programs be #1 in the country?
It's pretty cool. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't tell. I don't know any other program that could do that. So I mean.
This isn't the success of Oklahoma football. These championships belong to the men and women's gymnastics teams. The dominance of these teams isn't going anywhere. For the past 3 years, both the men and women have been atop the national rankings.
We're just like a brotherhood, so it feels good to know that they got my back, and we went through all that hard work together. So I'm accountable for them, they're accountable for me. It feels great. It feels like a championship team.
Men's gymnastics coach Mark Williams and his team captured last year's national title and look to go back-to-back, bringing the school's total to 10 championships.
To be honest, I'm just honored. There's a bunch of Olympians, a bunch of big names that come through the school and won, so I just feel honored.
As the men continue their season-long dominance and look to pick up a national championship, on the other side of the gym after a disappointing performance in last year's nationals, the women are hard at work and ready to chalk up another national title.
I think this year is a little bit different just because last year we came up a little bit short. We had a great year last year and we ended up getting 3rd at nationals. So a lot of the people are returning from the team last year, and so they had so much more motivation just going into this year, and we really want to come out on top.
But going into this year, it's a completely new team. It's a completely new atmosphere in the gym, and we're just so excited for this nationals.
Last year's team was the odds-on favorite to take home first place, capping off their undefeated season, but fate would have other plans. The team didn't perform their best and ended up in 3rd place.
Last year, of course, the first few events didn't start out how we had planned, so we were really proud of ourselves for climbing back and getting all that we could, making it all the way back to 3rd place.
But this year started different. The Sooners lost their first meet to LSU. The Sooners used that loss as motivation for doing everything they can to win every other meet.
We did get a kick in our pants a little bit early on in the season, so getting that out there and just focusing on doing our best, focusing on the training that we've put in this entire season, this entire preseason, has really been our focus.
Everyone's super excited and we want to go out on top, and we're going to do everything we possibly can to make that happen.
Both the men and women's teams look to finish their season strong as the #1 team in the country, hoisting that national championship trophy once again.
It would be amazing, not a lot of schools could do back-to-back. And just knowing that I'm part of that, it's awesome.
Oh, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be even more sweet. So we are just so excited to go out there and just knock it out of the park.
Annie Durbon, Sooner Sports Pad.
That is all the time we have for this week. Thank you so much for joining us.